Yeah, I'm an ass man.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first edition of The Ass, with your host, Ass Punch 316. Anyway, where to start? I'm going to start off by looking at TNA Sacrifice. I'm quite excited about this card. I've got high hopes for it. I think it can deliver. Let's have a quick look. We'll start at the bottom. Alex Shelley versus Jerry Lynn versus Tiger Mask versus Senshi, whatever. Yeah, will be a good match. Might be a bit too much. Too many bodies in there, but you've got quality wrestlers all over, so it should be an entertaining match. Should be a good quality match. I hope Alex Shelley goes over because I'm loving Alex Shelley. I love Alex Shelley anyway, literally. Yeah, so I mean, I think I'm gonna go with my gut on this prediction. Alex Shelley, yeah. Voodoo Kid Mafia versus Basham and the Damager by Chrissy Hammy. I think this is good. I don't dislike the Bashams. I thought they were quite good at what they were doing. What they did in WWE. I think on SmackDown they didn't do anything too impressive, but on Velocity they had some pretty decent matches. I thought had some good tag team moves. So yeah, I look forward to seeing it. BKM aren't anything, but I think this is where Chrissy Hemmy's team finally win. I mean, the problem I have with this feud is there's nothing is defined in it. Are you supposed to be wanting BKM to lose, or are you supposed to wanting Hemmy to win? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not drawn in either way. I'm just like, well, what's going to happen? Both of them have elements of being heelish, and then both of them have elements of being facish. I mean, I don't know, I just think it should be clearer. I'm going to go with the Bashams and Damager, or the Bashams basically. Next match, Christopher Daniels versus Rhino. Okay, I was loving Daniels' gimmick change from up to about 2 impacts ago, when he came out and got completely squashed by Team 3D and Rhino and Joe. There was no need for that. It didn't add anything to his character. It made him look weaker. There's no need for him to run in there. I just think didn't add anything. Another thing, this week on Impact, when Sting's going to have an interview, you have Daniels there acting like, I know it's going to lead into the Sting and Daniels feud, but you have Daniels acting like a complete fanboy, going, wow, trying to talk to Sting while Sting's going to have an interview. It looks stupid. I mean, I was thinking what they would do is, what they could do is build it up nice and progressively, not have Daniels talk for all of his return until, okay, if at Sacrifice get to the main event, if Daniels comes out and interferes and costs Sting the title or something like that and starts the feud that way, or if it's a Slammiversary, whatever, if they start the feud, I thought Daniels should have broken his silence after he attacks Sting, because you're wanting to hear what he says. He hasn't said anything for, I think he came back, he didn't come back at Lockdown, the one before that, I think was Destination X. So he came back at Destination X, then at Lockdown, so you've been waiting to hear him speak for a couple of months, and then he gives an awesome promo about Sting and how he doesn't like him and whatever, which would just been great, as opposed to what we got instead. Never mind. So, Daniels versus Rhino. Daniels is clearly going over because you want to establish your new character, and Rhino is the Kane of TNA. He's just losing left, right and centre, which isn't a huge problem. He's capable wrestler. He can have some good matches. Excuse my bunny there. He's just being a troublemaker. But anyway, yeah. So I think Daniels is going to win. I think it's going to be a good match. We have Jeff Jarrett versus Robert Roode. I've got quite high hopes for this match. I'm quite a big fan of Robert Roode. That's just the way I am. I quite like his gimmick. I think he's being pushed as a main eventer, and I don't really think. I think he's being pushed as a main eventer. I don't really think he is a main eventer. But I think if they continue building him, I think he needs a little bit of build before we can before we can get there. But I think eventually he's got the makings of a good character. You just need to build it up progressively. If TNA had a mid-card title, I would give it to Robert Roode. That's just my opinion. I'm torn about this one because it makes sense for Jeff Jarrett to win because he's a big star, but I think Robert Roode might pull out a victory here because I think he might get the win, because then I think he's going to face Eric Young's Slammiversary, and I think Eric Young versus Robert Roode. Robert Roode is this hot commodity that he is. If he beats Jeff Jarrett, that means he's beaten a former NWA World Champion, and then that's when Eric Young finally gets his payback and gets his big win against Robert Roode. It's just that'd be good. That'd be awesome. That's what I think. So I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say Robert Roode to get a win, by interference, etc., etc. So I think that should be good. What else have we got? We have Texas Deathmatch, James Storm versus Chris Harris. People are saying this is what should have happened at Lockdown. I don't agree with that. I think that it needed more time to build to get to this level of the match. You needed something else. I mean, I know the blindfold match wasn't good. You can't defend it. But it was a way of starting up the feud again without something too heated and wanting. And the way they've built up to James Storm, or Chris Harris getting his hands on James Storm has been good. Besides for James Storm, besides for Chris Harris chucking James Storm off the stands in the Impact Zone, that was a bit. Why did you need to do that? It wasn't necessary. But yeah, it's good. My pick. I don't know. I think they're probably going to give this a little bit more legs because this is the first real match they've had. So I think I'm going to go with Storm to get another cheap win, and then ended its Slammiversary. Yeah. I think I'm pretty much going with all the heels here. Healer-mania is running wild, brother. Yeah, I'm going to stick with my opinion. I'm going to stick with... No, I'm not. I'm going to change my mind. Yeah, it's a bit... Yeah, I can't see why I'm changing my opinion mid-video. Yes, Chris Harris. Chris Harris to win. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. Should be a good match. Very little build-up. Yeah, it's going to have to... The thing is, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe in itself gives you the opinion it's going to be an awesome match, which I'm not saying it's not going to be. But in order for it to... It has to deliver to that standard, then some, for it to be what it is. So, I mean, I think Joe's going over. There's no need for AJ to go over, and Joe needs to gain some momentum, so I think that's why this match is here. X-Title, Sabin, Lethal, Dutt. Yeah, should be a good match. I can see. I mean, this is the first time really that Lethal and Dutt have been, maybe not Lethal. Never mind. This is a good opportunity for both Lethal and Dutt to get the X Division title. I think they probably will. I think they will take the titles off them, and I think they're going to stick Sabin and Shelley as a tag team together because they are awesome. I mean, the match on Impact was just amazing. They just got so many different tag team moves, and just so interesting to watch. I just really love them as a tag team, and I hope TNA stick them together. So yeah, I think, not really sure who's going to win. I think you probably get the most. I think for Dutt to turn yet, it would mean more if Lethal won the title and then Dutt turned heel and just said, "Why? Take me seriously." So I think I'm going to go with the Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, your new X Division champ. Stay tuned for part 2. Same ass time, same ass channel.